Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about Brian Michael Bendis not being exclusively through DC comic books anymore, and how that's a good thing because when Brian Michael Bendis got to DC comic books, he ruined everything. But I mean, that was like a whole bunch of internal forces that also ruined stuff. But to ruin Superman like he did, and Legion of Superheroes, the Wonder comic line, and still was getting paid thousands of dollars per page, from what I'm hearing, is ridiculous. He should have never gotten that much. My thing is with Marvel, not with Marvel, but with DC hiring this man, is the fact that he has proven in the past couple of years that he wasn't selling, and that's on the Marvel side. Like, it just didn't make any kind of sense. Just because he did Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider-Man, or whatever, that doesn't, acknowledge the turn the Iceman gay, just killing Tony Stark, replacing him with Riri Williams, that kind of nonsense. That stuff doesn't work out like that. You just created more problems than what it needed to be. And I just don't understand how Marvel even thought, I mean, DC thought that, hey, now that Marvel is done with him, we should scoop him up. You didn't test run him with nothing. What should have happened is you should have test run him with a comic book first. See if he can make a sale, because just because you're a comic book writer or whatever don't mean that you can write for the rival company, because you don't know those characters. He's been writing Marvel for a long time. I don't even think I've read anything DC from him really, besides the rebirth crap. I mean, not rebirth, but post rebirth stuff from Superman, Legion of Superheroes, and Naomi. And most of it is garbage. Even his creator owned stuff that DC was doing, which was stupid. DC, are you kidding me? There are better writers and artists who had creator owned stuff that could have worked, but you was just too cheap to give them that kind of money. But then you dropped all that money on Brian Michael Bendis for what? What was the whole purpose of that? Now you have this guy sitting here writing terrible stories, sales are falling off, and yet, you still keep him around, and then you give him Justice League. No, you don't keep rewarding that kind of nonsense. I just don't understand. I've never seen this thing in the entertainment business where they're failing. They are literally failing within whatever they're doing, and yet they get rewarded because reasoning, or because they have a friend and know a friend or whatever and stuff like that. Sometimes you got to put your foot down when it comes to this kind of stuff and be like, look, look. Man of Steel was okay, but people ain't really pleased. Okay, we're gonna give you the first, what, 12 issues of Superman, and we're gonna see how this works. If it does not work, you're off the book. And sometimes even earlier, just like with Tom King, DC should have pulled him as soon as that wedding crap happened, because no matter who or what the reasoning was, him pulling that bullcrap wedding nonsense where Batman and Catwoman don't get married was bullcrap, and it killed the run. It killed the run, and it just kept falling from there. You was already pushing it with the riddles of the war of riddles and jokes. It just was just one nonsense after nonsense after nonsense. I am sick of these writers coming into these characters that are classically known. Remember, these characters have been around for 80 something years. And you got these writers coming in here butchering them to where somebody has to do a massive reboot, do a massive restructuring of these characters because you done destroyed them so well. Like, you literally killed Superman, Action Comics, and Super Sons when you brought in Brian Michael Bendis, and you continue to do it. And you wonder what happened. Why did we lose so much money? And then you're trying to give this character that he created, Naomi, who's a knockoff version of Riri Williams, and you're trying to give her her own show on the CW. People don't even like the Black Batwoman. on the CW. Now you're giving it to Brian Michael Bendis so he can get some more money. For what reason? He hasn't shown that he deserves it or have earned it. That's my problem. I'm glad that he's not exclusively anymore, because DC was literally putting money into a money hole, because that's what he was. He was losing y'all money. And I'm sorry, just because you have black children that you adopted don't mean you can speak for black kids or black people. That's the problem with some of these people. He probably mean well. He probably did mean well. I'm not going to take it away from him. But the Legion of Superheroes, race changing them, or every new character you create is a black stereotypical girl. I barely even see him create a one black person besides Miles Morales, and he was half black, half Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? So what are we doing with this nonsense? Just because you have some black kids don't mean that you can write for us. You know? Is enough. And don't get me wrong, there are some great writers who have written great black characters, but he's writing it in like this. They're the same trope. They're the same trope. Smart, intelligent, got what they're what, probably 15, 16, super genius for no reason, can do things that normal people couldn't even imagine, then have all of these amazing powers. The only person who ain't even did that was Miles Morales. But the rest of his characters that he done created that are black, they have the same stuff. Teen Lantern, that Jenny Hex character, you know, those characters from that what was that little line that he owns that DC decided to invest in. You know, what are we doing? We're giving the same nonsense over and over and over again, and hopefully it'll turn a dime. That's not how this works. Look, comic book industry, if you want to be successful, you have to put time and effort into these characters. Characters just don't become popular overnight. Hell, Miles Morales is 10 years. The man just now getting something, and still his comic books don't sell that well because you give shitty writing. You don't put no time and effort into it. You don't give a massive story that is just for him. You know what I mean? And the same thing with Brian Michael Bendis. He literally destroyed Superman at his height. That's the thing that's killing me, that I don't even understand where he was even still on the book. The same thing with Legion of Superheroes. You had the Superman line doing well. Everybody was talking about it. People were buying it. And it was a bi-monthly book. Not only for Superman, but for Action Comics. Hell, it was so hard I was trying to keep up my darn self, because Superman never been so interesting since the New 52. When the New 52 came, y'all killed it. Then you get Brian Michael Bendis to kill everything that Peter J. Tomasi and I don't know, I'm gonna butcher his name. I'm not even gonna try to say it, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Because every time I try to say his name, I always get tongue tied. But they did an amazing job when it came to Action Comics, Superman and Super Sons. And you destroyed it because Brian Michael Bendis needed John Kent, and we wanted Superman to be alone and stuff like that. Look, that was the problem with the New 52. You didn't want Lois and Clark together, so you forced that bullcrap relationship with Wonder Woman, which people hated that. That comic book didn't even sell well itself neither. And then you're going to go right back after we just got Lois and Clark back together, having a kid, Superman teaching his son's being a positive influence on Damian Wayne, and you screwed it up because Brian Michael Bendis wanted to age him up. And instead of listening to your fans, you still constantly keep dwelling back into that nonsense. Just like with Doomsday Clock. We know Doomsday Clock was supposed to bring back the original Legion of Superheroes from pre-New 52. And instead, we get that bull crap, diversity, boring, all they do is talk, Brian Michael Bendis crap. I just don't understand what was that purpose. That didn't make any sense to me as well. You literally killed what Gary Frank and Jeff Young doing for Doomsday Clock just to push some bullcrap that Dan DiDio, Brian Michael Bendis wanted to do. This makes absolutely no sense. So I'm glad that he's not an exclusive anymore. Maybe we can take that bullcrap to Image or IDW or whoever might pick up the nonsense. I really want them to get him off of Legion of Superheroes and do another reboot of the characters. Bring us back to this pre-New 52 Legions and stuff like that, because I don't know what that Legion is. It's an abomination. Get him off of Superman. I mean, well, you got him off of Superman. Get him off of Justice League. To be honest, the first arc, he's off. Once the first arc is over, he's off. Naomi's off as well, because that character don't deserve to be prominent at all. I'm sorry. Not when there are other characters that can be prominent. I am so sorry. No, I'm not about to do this with these characters, because we know they're lame. Like, no, you tried that with all different Avengers. When you forced all those characters in there, no. I don't want to see that kind of nonsense. Not with the Justice League. Not with the Justice League. Put her behind in the Titans or whatever, but not this. But yeah, that was my little thing. That was my thoughts about Brian Michael Bendis being off of DC, not being exclusive anymore. So that's great. Give them just those 2 books. Like I said, give them the first 6 arc or 12 arcs or whatever for Justice League and Legion of Superheroes. If it ain't good, get them off. That's it. Period. But yeah, that was my little thoughts. So what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.